How's it going, Radical viewers? Grim Gaddy right back into another Grim Rules Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition session of this homebrew at the Esterisle Cartography Guild. And oh boy, one of us has certainly found themselves in hell of a pickle just because they may or may not be addicted to drinkable potions of magical properties. Oh lord. Like, on one hand it was genius, but sadly not exactly the greatest of idea to go follow the vampire into its actual lair. But that's just life. That's just life. Regretfully, we don't got anyone else in the Discord just yet, but that does give me some time to set up all my other stuff and shenanigans. Thank God. Also, I'm happy to see that everyone's enjoying Legends of the West on its return. Not that I think those two kinds of people cross over in these videos. I'm watching them, but hey, you never know. There's my camera. Move this here, move that there, move this here. Move 20 different things to and frickin' fro, get cord untangled. There we go, I'll do it. We did have Nate in the chat, so let's go ahead and join him and see what he's thinking. Hey Nate.
Well there.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed is Cabbage right now?
10. There's no beating around the bush, just 10.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead
He's
as
dead.
all hell.
Yeah. I wonder what his new character is going to be.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different ways this could play out. I'm kind of curious how Michael's going to tackle it, frankly.
Yeah. What if he comes back as Bjorn?
Why does everyone want to play my dwarf?
I don't know if anyone wants to play your dwarf.
Oh, come on. He was fun.
No, he was great.
He was happy
Feel weird
talent.
playing someone else's character.
Yeah. I don't know what the devil I was about to do. What was I? Oh, I remember what I was about to do. Go through my archives and find that last frickin' video I recorded the other day. I think it's you. There you are. Rename Odyssey. Theros 1. There. What the devil is everybody? We got a minute left.
Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised. Hello there.
Hello.
Taking your time to show up today, Michael.
Michael?
I was making dinner.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. Thank you.
Why'd you have to make dinner? I mean, thanks to Cabbage, dinner literally showed up at the bad guy's doorstep.
Damn. That's just too real.
I can legally eat cabbage now.
You can.
That's uncomfortable.
It is a little predatory.
Cabbage, you can legally be eaten now.
No, that's you took a gamble and it failed you.
Yep. That was, in fact, our dear old Gwydion in the chat.
Hey, cabbage! Now you're 18. I can legally
Cabbage,
eat you.
You can be legally eaten.
Legally, no, because that's still murder.
We didn't say he would murder you.
I didn't say what part of you I was going to eat.
Well, even if it's not murder, it is assault.
No, Michael
Likely
probably
with
was
a
not going
deadly
to
weapon.
put 12 on
I'm
you.
pretty sure if Michael only uses pepper, it's not assault.
Yeah,
Well, fuck you.
you gotta watch your sodium intake.
What are you gonna do now?
Nah, listen.
Well,
We've been talking.
given where you're currently at in the game, probably kill you.
You are going to get eaten.
So, you're not gonna believe this. I just rolled the first die.
Natural 20.
Did
Yeah.
Lupian died?
So because that means I'm gonna be fine because it's
Yeah.
a 20.
Well, I've kind of rolled a natural 20 on the first roll of every session for the last 3 sessions.
And look how well that's gone for us.
We've always won.
I mean,
Yeah.
We killed Alarin.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That means I'm gonna kill the Vampire Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna kill the vampire lord. That's what's gonna happen today.
I do not see
You
that
at
happening.
17. You by yourself at 17 HP.
Listen. It's possible, as long as the Vampire Lord rolls nothing but natural ones, and he rolls nothing but natural 20s.
It's possible. You heard him.
I mean, he can get below natural 20.
Huh? But what I'm saying, if the Vampire Lord rolls natural ones, it's all fine. Just nothing but natural ones all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, I
I'm
have
just saying
a
that
potion.
he
I
doesn't
could
have to
drink that.
just roll natural 20s.
Yeah.
You have a potion of what?
Well, that's a good question. I have a lot of potions.
About the
Potion,
same.
potion, you have 7
king
potions
just
of
lost
Death
a
Ward,
leg.
and you're just gonna keep drinking them.
I drank most of the useful ones in that one fight, but I still have some.
And then you drank some more of your useful ones, getting yourself into this position.
Yeah. I can fly. I can still fly right now. Next, like,
It was. You can still fly.
That'll be helpful.
That's pretty good.
I have like 1 minute of flying, probably. 5 minutes, because you said it took 55 minutes to get there.
I estimated, but I'll give it to you. Your problem, trust me, your problem is probably not going to be you can't fly.
Yeah.
The problem is going to be that you can't die.
How about climbing? I have a potion of climbing that I
Fuck
can
off.
drink.
God damn it, Tyler.
What we're trying to tell you here,
That
lad,
makes me
is
so mad.
you're probably boned.
Yeah.
He's
Boned.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro. You're gonna die.
What more could you ask for on your birthday?
That's what I say to my kids every time it's their birthday. Happy birthday.
Nathan-
Happy third
Nathan's
birthday,
kids.
John.
Nathan's classic kids that he has.
Happy birthday,
God, I'm
Johnny.
down.
You're gonna die someday.
His iconic
To my
children.
last potion.
My
Can you
children are
imagine any of
iconic.
us being a dad?
No.
That'd be
Michael,
nuts.
why?
That'd be bonkers.
It's
Pretty-
pretty crazy.
Poggers.
I mean, I'm a little pogged, to be honest.
That's what you said to me last night when we were alone.
It's your birthday, and we want
We
you
were
to have fun.
watching World Trigger.
It's your birthday, so let's
remember.
party, everyone. It's your birthday, and we want you to have
All right,
fun.
and server mute.
That's so
Michael,
you can't
so-
just abuse your power like that. That's fascism.
This is a
Yes.
fascist channel.
It's how I
It is
usually
my
describe
birthday.
people.
I guess I can't do anything
It's
about
definitely
that.
not your birthday anymore.
It's not anymore. It was my birthday. So therefore, I think
No,
that this is my birthday
Yeah, I know.
session.
You're fucking old ass man.
you know it was my
Crap
birthday.
ass.
At one
Okay,
point,
actually,
too.
okay. We were all talking, and we kind of reached the conclusion. You know, Cabbage, you're getting kind of old for D&D. You know,
Yeah,
I
you're
think
too old to play with us.
Oh,
I-
shit.
it's about time you like find like a job or like a hobby, like have you tried fixing watches or something, like, you know, something
Yeah.
for adults.
Hey, don't
No.
tell me you planned this session just to kick me out.
we've planned
I'm pretty
it from
sure.
session one.
I'm pretty
It
sure.
was- game was rigged from the start.
Only took 42 sessions to finally just lay it on him.
Bad
I'm
news
session
is
one of
Steve
Avarice.
Rourke died.
We were like,
My ass is back in Avarice, like planning session 1. Like, oh, this dude's 14. Well, I mean, shit. I guess I gotta kick him out in like 4
something we
years.
didn't find out till way later.
Oh, damn.
But it's okay because
Sometimes
That's
mistakes
so.
are good.
yeah, there are no accidents, just like that guy said in Kung Fu Panda. Or was that
yes,
Bob
that
Ross?
guy.
I think it was Bob Ross.
Yeah. Was Bob Ross in Kung Fu Panda?
Sure.
Yes.
Why not?
He
Well,
was
he
the lead.
played Master Oogway.
He played Jack Black.
He played Jack Black playing the panda in Kung Fu Panda.
Yes.
It's like Tropic Thunder.
Oh my god, do you think actors could do that? Just like, instead of voice acting for a movie, hire a voice actor to voice act them.
I mean,
I'm
why
sorry, Have you
not?
seen Face Off?
How about? Oh wow, that's a lot better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Kingdom Hearts and Captain Jack Sparrow.
Nathan just wanted to say Face Off.
God, the
Take
mind
his
fuck of
Face Off.
that is such a
It's a
mind
good
fuck.
movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but it's such a mind fuck to think
Actually,
about.
a good movie.
Like John Travolta has to act like Nicolas Cage, and Nicolas Cage has to act like John Travolta through like friggin' most of it. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
the hell?
You learn who's the better actor. and it's John
Real
Travolta.
quick.
No kidding.
Was there ever a question about that?
No.
No.
Not my eyes. Don't get me wrong,
Like, I
they're
love
both fucking
Nicolas
crazy.
Cage. Right, like you love Nicolas Cage not because he's a good actor, but because he's batshit insane.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine. It's just that
That makes-
he wants to act that way. When he doesn't act that way, he acts just fine. He's not a bad actor. He just
Oh, exactly.
does it on purpose.
He's a man.
Right.
And honestly, I'm here for it.
So what do the smoldering embers behind Matthew represent? Is that just kind of like the status of like what's going on? It's just kind of so it's a dumpster fire.
No, I think
It's
that's
his-
where Lucian goes when he dies before he comes back.
Oh,
It's the pyre of all
It's a lot
the
wetter than that.
pumas that he's killed in WoW in the last week.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I've killed so many fucking pumas, man. Fuck those pumas.
what in Sam hell is a puma?
That's a brand of clothing.
Hello.
They sell shoes too. I guess that's
Hello.
like a
Hey.
puma?
Hey,
I was hoping someone's gonna do that.
hey, Dennis,
Something.
I want to be the first person to welcome you to this session.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So many
man.
of us already said hello to him.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to be the first one.
Well,
And I-
I mean that you'll get him next week, champ.
And therefore,
But I want to be the first one.
this is a fascist channel. What don't you understand?
You're right.
Fascism?
Sorry, Legion. I want you to be the first.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
want Legion
do.
to be the
Guys.
first.
Look at Kuridesh.
Wow,
so
he's
small.
dead.
I want to
He's
be
so
the first to
blurry.
welcome you to this
Yeah, he's
campaign,
blurry.
Dennis.
Oh, I don't even have
Oh,
you up.
thank you.
Well, it is a lot like Kuridesh to not be in focus.
He's on my glasses now. This is his home.
I have an important question.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you call a vegetable with suitcases?
What?
And server mute.
No,
what do you
no,
call-
I want.
what do
Let
you
him.
call-
hear it?
I want to hear the punchline. I'm curious.
All right, fine. You're back.
A
What do you call
cabbage.
Okay, yeah, that was not worth it. Last time,
I don't like
you took it upon yourself.
Server delete.
don't like
That was a nice run, guys. 42 sessions, like 3-4 years. All right, we had a good time. We're gone.
Matthew ruined it. Fuck. Fucking cabbage is too
Yeah.
old. So last time, you took it upon yourselves to take some time to recover from your fight with Ellerin the night prior. You spoke with old friends, experimented with strange happenings within your body, and forged a gift for found family. In the end, the time did you all well, and you went to complete a bit of work you had sought to do before the night the sculptor died. Investigate the vampire lair you had found in the sewers to see what you could find and perhaps clear it out once again. When you arrived, however, it seemed to be in the process of being abandoned, with the last drops of blood being eaten by a malformed creature you can only assume to be related to the breed of monsters that once called this place home. Before a battle ensued, you managed to have a brief conversation with Ravenna, the vampire mistress you had you'd seen speaking to the Gith the last time you came here. The two parties coming to an impasse. The ensuing fight left the big guy down, Lambert and Lucian weakened, and Ravenna running off in a mist. Lucian, not wanting to let the woman escape, chased after her with the use of a potion of fly. You followed her through the night, all the way to Hightown, where the mist escaped through a series of pipes that lead down to a larger layer down below. Luckily, Lucian also had a potion of gaseous form, but
Luckily.
who was lucky for is yet
Very
to
lucky.
be disclosed. Now, we join the other 5 crew members. Lucian had just chased after the mist just moments prior, but has yet to return. What you guys doing?
So,
Well-
glad to see that hasn't changed in the time I was gone.
Yes, I don't know if we can follow him.
Unless you have a way of
You
tracking.
tried.
the-
He ran during the duration of haste and then ended up not being able to keep up. So he's not even with the rest of the group. He's like in between.
Yeah, at this point, we're just trying to catch up with Q. And then work on Lucian
Well,
later.
What is,
I imagine that everyone like starts to catch up, but like, you know, you kind of walk your way back. Like you can't follow them through. You know, they flew. So I assume that you all like get together and like, okay, Lucian's gone. Like, what's the Plan kinda deal.
the direction that he went, right? With his gas.
So, basically, the way that the sewer system has been set up, she had misted down through to a here. I mean, I can actually try to find the thing to give you a little bit more of a visual thing. Here, if you will join me on this map real quick. Here, I actually have a... Can you guys see with this?
Yeah.
You probably can't
Yeah.
because it's...
I can.
You can?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, if you see this, this big sewage waterfall, which is exactly what you want to see. The vampire lair tunnels are directly above this and feed this side of the sewer. They flew down through there. This is probably the point where like Hugh probably had to jump down through here until eventually they flew out through this pipe. This is the point where you guys wouldn't have really been able to follow because that pipe kind of takes you out over well, it heads east basically, like off of the side of the entire island. So the only way to actually follow from that point would be to fly.
So a little spider can not follow them, right? Along.
No, the spider wouldn't be fast enough, and you know does not have wings.
What about a hasted spider?
No.
A hasted spider would probably still not be fast enough, and also does not have wings.
Spider-Man can fly.
I
think
don't exactly know if that's true.
I think he more so glides on occasion.
What in the original Spider-Man, there is a scene at the end of the movie after he got where he just kind of slings onto the sky. So maybe he can fly.
I'm gonna go with no.
In Spider-Man 2, the video game, you need to you can. The closest thing to that, you actually swing off of helicopters, and that's fun. There are no helicopters here,
flying.
though, and therefore,
Okay, so we have
I
to.
would say,
So in order to find Lucian, we have to invent the helicopter. Okay.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
on it.
no.
Hold on.
God
I
damn it.
got
No,
this.
you're not. You're not
You
on
and
it.
Cool, Da Vinci.
You and I did discover steam
I
power.
promise you are not on top of it.
Hold
You
on.
have no notes.
I can use
No,
this
you can't.
design from the windmill of power I was given.
Pinwheel of power.
Pinwheel of
Absolutely
power.
impossible.
Yes. It just needs to be powered by something. Maybe steam.
Have
I
the
already
thought.
figured out that steam is a thing.
Have the thought,
Um,
and then you take psychic damage. And forget.
Gunpowder.
All right. So while Q is trying to invent the helicopter, what are the rest of you doing?
Sen, can you contact him? Somehow.
I invent the helicopter.
God damn it.
Oh my god, he did it.
I shall
Nat
call
20
the
is-
aerial screw.
DC 70, bitch.
Oh,
Ow.
it's so close.
So it's possible.
I feel like he'll come back after a few minutes.
Okay.
I wasn't able to keep up with him. I don't know anything about the potion he took or the potion the woman took.
I don't think that was a potion. I
None
think
of
she
us
could
were
just
really able
do
to
that.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? If he dies, he just comes back, right?
In theory, but that was what? Disintegration, being mauled by friggin' yeah, I don't think he can come back from undeath, but I don't know, and frankly, I'm scared to wait to see what happens. But at this point, other choices are null and nothing.
I don't believe we have a way to find him.
Not as far as I'm aware.
I mean, best we got is whoever saw him fly in whatever direction, we just keep walking, and I don't know. I can't track things that fly. It kind of makes it impossible.
I don't have any resources to deal with this. If it was another day, I could perhaps locate an object on him, but that would require some luck of being close by as well.
I mean, I can try to use this new ritual that I found to see if Nishar Ur will tell me if we will ever see him again.
I have a feeling I don't want to hear that version of the answer.
I mean, it's a simple yes or no, usually.
I don't think I
I
want to
kind of
hear.
dig it.
I don't think I want to hear your god's ideas on this situation. At the same time, out of character, I
I'm
want
doing
you.
it.
I know I want you to do this out of character. In character, I don't, but out of character, I want this to happen.
Alright, Q's inventing the helicopter. Heinrich is having the Whispering Mother look into the future.
This is great.
Let's see. You ask a single question concerned with ways. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Offers a truthful reply, short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. Doesn't take into account possible circumstances that might change the outcome. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you sit down and like you light the incense for the spell, and sort of like meditate, and eventually you find yourself. Whereas normal meditation would make you feel like relax your muscles, perhaps, and have you feeling a little bit more like loose. Eventually, as you're resting, you feel the sensation of being restrained, tied up, stuck in place. And you feel vibrations run through your body as something approaches just behind the back of your head. What is it you ask of me?
I would like to know if the individual that you have sent for me to closely observe, if we will ever see him again.
That's a little bit of a reveal. I like that.
I don't think we hear this.
No, you don't.
But you guys did hear it when he told me the first time. It ended one of the sessions, I will remember.
Yeah, I do remember hearing.
I don't remember.
Okay, I guess we do know that.
So, she takes a second, and like it feels like a long time, just because like you feel like trapped in her web. But she comes back with just like just the breath from the speech, just tickling the back of your neck. I shan't think you should see him alive. And then you open your eyes.
Oh, I got chills in my bones from that one.
I'm afraid.
What does that mean, Heinrich?
To you guys, he just like is sitting there, and then that's how he wakes up.
What does that mean? Why are you
Fuck
laughing?
that.
Why are you laughing?
Well, I mean, I've never used that before, so that was a weird sensation. But yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we will see him. Maybe not alive. But that does not rule out that he will not be dead when we see him.
See, now that was the exact
So-
answer I was worried about. Shit.
Guardian, you have a remove curse spell, is that correct?
Yes, not prepared today, but I know it.
Do you know if that would work on vampirism?
Do I know that?
It's a roll an Arcana check.
With Lambert.
You do not know that.
I've no clue, but can't hurt to try.
We haven't had any luck with that spell in this party, and there's no reason it would start to work now.
Yes, I feel like I might need a refund for whoever gave me that spell.
That would be false Sander.
False advertising.
Fuck.
I mean, look, he's a necromancer. What do you want from him?
That's worrisome. Should we start to mourn for him now?
I don't really want to give up the search just yet. I mean, we can still commune with him. We can still talk to him, provided that Sen has this spells available for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sending to Lucian.
Okay.
I wonder.
Lucian, you need to come back now. Heinrich just spoke to his god. Comma, you are going to die. I don't know why I said comma out loud. Oh wait, that's because I do that with my voice to text, that's why.
What the hell? That's funny.
So I was like,
Sending's just voice to text in magical form. I love it.
No, I got her. She can't escape me. I'm gonna kill this bitch.
all I heard was the sound of mist.
Interestingly enough, a little bit. Now, Lucian, it's at this point, right after you received the message and replied, you chug your potion of gaseous form. Presently, we join you as you're flying up about midway toward the ceiling in an elaborate dining hall. The walls of the room have little arched nooks in them, each holding lit candles at the edges, lighting the bone reliefs at their backs. At the far end of the room is a statue carved into a wall, a man with his arms crossed with a fountain of blood flowing from his neck into a pool down below. At the center is a long table with nothing on it but two candelabras lighting up the lightly blood-stained mahogany. Sitting at this table is a tall, gaunt figure, eyes and cheeks somewhat sunken. He looks at you with a grin of superiority, revealing his sharp fangs. Let's just go over to the map for a second.
Oh, he's a handsome lad.
Yeah, correct.
It would seem to be that you found yourself in a bit of a sticky situation, yes?
I have made a grave mistake coming here. See, I remember now that she said she had a master and it referred to you. But when I was chasing her, right, the adrenaline, and I was like, oh, she can't escape this time. And then here I am.
Then perhaps I can give you a word of advice. You got
No.
3 options before you. The first is to run. However, even if you were able to outrun me, you won't be able to get far enough that I wouldn't be able to dispel whatever allows you to fly. Your second option is to fight, but giving you the best odds, you have taken down Ravenna and a blood-drunk spawn by yourself, but even if you had done so alone, you are much worse for wear than I. I am just far beyond their strength. It would seem that your best chance of survival is to pull up a seat. I may be able to let you leave with your life.
Well, given that I assume the only way out of here is to be a mist, and fighting you would result in my immediate death, I suppose I shall sit down.
Fantastical. I would offer you a drink, but I'm sure you have yet to acquire a taste for it. Let me begin by telling you that I have a great many thralls under my direct control. They are incapable of defying me, and that makes them rather useful and trustworthy. However, something they do not have is a pulse. The ability to bask in the sunlight, to swim the rivers and streams. And so they are limited on what they can do for me. So I often have to rely on mortal members of my greater organization to do certain things.
I see.
The problem with this is that they are not loyal to me directly, and may be given ulterior motives by others. So then, you can see the need I have for a thrall that yet lives. And I believe you are going to be that for me. Once more, he smiles and kind of just, you can see the fangs poking out from the folding lips.
It does not seem that I have much of a choice in the matter.
He looks at you with a smile. You can see like he floats himself up, and suddenly, like, you don't even get the chance to blink. He is right there beside you, like in this chair now, just looking you directly in your eye. To be honest, I didn't expect you to agree so readily.
It is not often that I am put in a situation where a creature who I do not understand is offering me a chance to not be immediately killed.
I suppose then you are wise.
Though I do not know what you mean by a thrall exactly, I assume it would still be alive in some description.
Oh, entirely. Hold out your arm, and we will sign a contract.
Yeah, Lucian pulls back his sleeve and offers up his arm.
Which one?
Left arm.
Good choice.
Oh, don't know what that means.
It's funny. You hold out your left arm, and he grips it firmly, but not painfully in his hand. Some of the other places one of his long claw-like fingernails into the veins in your wrist, piercing the skin. You feel a warm, tingling sensation as you watch the veins in your arm bulge and turn from their dark blue to a thick black. So, let us negotiate. I will begin. As a part of this contract, you will do my bidding, to the letter. You will be my living thrall for which to fulfill my purposes with. And in return, you will not die here. When you die, I will not make you one of mine. And barring self-defense, your friends will also be free from this fate. Do you accept these terms?
Under these terms, may I be forced to take an innocent life?
Perhaps.
Is that negotiable?
The purposes that I have for you do not revolve around the innocent.
Then, so long as I am not required to hurt my friends or the innocent, I will accept your contract.
Very well. It's then that the black in your veins begins to run up your arm, and you feel it crawl up into your chest and begin to beat in your heart. You feel it spread through your entire body. With a smile, the strange man looks at you. It is done. Now, you will leave this place and forget about its location. Do I make myself clear? The next thing, before you even say that, the next thing you remember is you standing just outside the guild hall, about to open the door.
I mean, of course I opened the door.
All right. Now, the rest of you. It doesn't seem like Lucian is coming back to you for the time being. What's the plan? Go over you and face.
I don't know if I have anything on my to-do list, really.
I suppose we've hit a bit of a dead end, but we may be able to try to find some answers here in this dwelling of theirs. Perhaps something was left behind on where they've gone.
Yes, maybe we should still look. Ask the townsfolk if they saw any flying individuals.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So, looking around in the room where we encountered the vampire and the bat thing, do we find anything?
Make an investigation check.
Who's making it? Do we just all make it?
It's up to you guys.
Lambert, could you look at this for us? Doesn't he have an investigation?
Lambert and I probably have the highest, but it doesn't matter. I'll help Q. Yeah, I got a 22, so whatever. Probably.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually really good for Q. Good for Q. Yeah, so with a 22, you take a look around. It looks like a lot of the things that were here are starting to be removed somewhat. Off the top of your head, well, first off, I guess the blood that was in the basin is currently like down to like just the very bottom of it, where it was full just like a few days ago when you were here last. This probably you can assume that this was all eaten by the one big guy who was doing so as you walked into the room. Other things that you notice being missing, the table is not set presently. The painting above the fireplace is gone. As for like, if you're looking for things to perhaps figure out where it is that they went off to, you don't really find anything of that nature. Silas was wearing pretty ripped clothing, basically. Kind of looking through, he doesn't seem to keep any coin on him. He doesn't seem to keep any like papers or anything. It seems pretty barren.
I'm unsure of the nature of Heinrich's spell. What if we conversed with a deity? I do think it's time that we found our way somewhere safe where we can start to mourn Lucian.
Don't think we should give up that quickly.
The man has literally come back from dust. Is there even a point to mourning him?
Maybe, I don't know, we can still ask around town, you know, he was off flying through the sky, someone must have seen him.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to miss. The flying Goliath is quite the sight.
I admire your optimism, Gwydion. We can at least try.
Yes. Let's try. So can we leave these sewers now? Nothing here for us.
Seems fine to me.
Okay. You go back to the elevator shaft that you came down here through. This time actually being able to use the lift, it's much easier to get up to the top. And then once more out into the night of Tortana. I'm going to say there's another investigation check just to look for people and see if they've seen anything. That sounds investigation-y to me.
Not about right.
Investigative.
You want to do it, Gwydion, or should I?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, come on, dude. Oh, I mean, I had advantage. I assume people were helping me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people are helping you. With a 17, yeah, I mean, you find a few people that have...
You see the giant flying blue man? Maybe.
It is, nighttime, and there are quite a few clouds. The mist itself probably wouldn't have been noticed as much. And whether or not, Lucian kind of blends in pretty well to the night sky, all things considered. And he didn't really have any light on him. That is being said, there have been a few people that have seen him as they were kind of flying low through certain sections, especially as the elevation was starting to increase before their angle did. A few people kind of pointed you towards the more like the southwestern kind of edge. The way that Tortana is kind of set up, the bottom section is very like a Venetian like waterway sort of area, and it kind of goes up through these like big staircases to a more residential area for middle class sort of things, and then up into like on top of these mountains where all the rich people live, right? And it seems that it's on these more mountainous areas is where they were headed. But after a certain point, you stop finding people hanging around at night. But somewhere up, basically, towards like the Midtown, Hightown sort of areas.
I guess people don't really look at the sky too often. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna cast Scrying.
You could have done that earlier and you didn't.
That's funny. That's really funny. Hey,
Really upsetting.
Lucian.
Yeah, what's up?
Sean. Can you make me one of them there? Wisdom saving throws.
I can do that, yeah.
I would say you're familiar.
So -5. Come on, dude.
Wow.
Sorry!
You get nothing!
No, wait, hold on. Wait.
This 5 is 19.
Wait.
He would roll a 19. You don't have a part of pieces of his body. The pieces of his
It
body
would have been a -2.
Wait,
The
don't.
way they laid this spell out in Roll20 is super hard to read. Let me pull up a different thing where it's like.
I have it. I have it on the side.
Okay.
I
We
would
don't
not
have
say
a-
that
we
you
don't have any-
have a
we don't have any
likeness
Lucian dust?
picture garment. Well, you had a bit of Lucian dust, kind of, but you returned it to him. His pinky toe was
Oh,
returned upon him.
Unfortunate.
shit, I thought we still had that. You know what? In hindsight, we might want to just give Gwydion like bits of like toenail or hair or something for
Everyone.
future uses of
Ugh.
this.
Yo, like it's gross, but like that's a -15 on the save. That'd save your life, or kill you, depending on who turns evil.
This is true.
I
Wonder who
pull
turns
out a lock of hair and I use the hair to tie itself into a little bow. Here, Gwydion, take this.
Let's just prepare for this ahead of time. And when we find Lucian again, we'll tell him the same thing.
Why'd I have to roll a 24?
Maybe.
So are you
Like-
going to take this hair?
Yes, Gwydion takes it. Maybe he'll come back. Like a lost pet, you know? And if we just go to the guild hall or somewhere where he would naturally return to, maybe he'll just show up. Right?
Hopefully, actually
Hey,
wearing
Gus.
clothes.
Hopefully wearing clothes.
DM, when I pull my hair out, does it revert to its natural color, or does it stay Leora brown?
Oh, it absolutely does. Like it immediately goes sen white.
Okay.
Send like.
You got a problem?
No, I agree entirely.
All right. So we going back to the guild hall and just seeing if he survived.
Basically, at this point,
Okay,
because don't really got many other options.
All right. So my next question is going to be: are we staying in the bar basically, or are we beginning a long rest and see about stuff in the morning?
How late is
Oh,
it?
drinks all around, man.
Drinks
All right.
around.
So you guys are sitting around drinking, just sort of like worrying over Lucian's safety as he opens the door to the guild hall.
You know, this has happened a few times now. I'm still not used to it.
This time he's wearing clothes.
That makes it even weirder.
Gwydion just has a Smug Gwydion activates.
You guys look so surprised.
You chase a vampire. So, yeah, surprise is the word.
Are you
Yeah,
still
but-
alive?
I cast message to a Teroa. Can you check him over real quick? With your spells?
I don't have any smite slots left, but I can try.
Not that kind of spell. The other thing you do.
Does it deal an extra
Yeah,
D8?
can you smite our friend?
In League, you can't smite friends. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Such a good way
I
of
would-
checking.
Like to see if there are any undead in the vicinity.
You kind of like sense around you, and they're like at first you believe to feel some sort of undead presence from Lucian. It doesn't actually seem to be coming from him, but rather a more concentrated, smaller presence that seems to be within his left arm.
Oh, that's weird.
That's new too, because I would have noticed that
Yes.
earlier, because I had done this earlier.
I didn't kill her. She managed to get away from me.
You don't say.
Maybe next time.
Can we not have a next time of this?
I mean, if she escaped, then
No, I meant
Just
chasing
gonna
the
keep
damn
hurting
thing.
people. Yes, maybe we should stick together in the future.
You seem to be in
sure.
one good shape. What happened?
No, he
to
does
you?
not.
Well, I would have.
no, I do not.
We
Well, I thought he
expecting-
looked.
Yeah.
I thought he looks normal, and I don't know about the divine sense, right? Unless Q.
Oh
mentioned
yeah,
it.
he,
I
haven't
he
looked
looks
at
normal,
anybody.
but just beat the shit.
Yeah,
Like I still got blood all over me and everything.
yeah, since you're not trying to look it up, one moment. I'm gonna just kind of reach up. I'm gonna tug Lucian's upper lip up and just check his teeth real quick.
They are only
I-
as pointy as usual.
Alright, well, those aren't fangs. Good god, man, you're one carnivore, though.
I do sense an air of undead amongst him, but he is not undead.
I mean, I have died before, so I'm not surprised that there would be an aura of undeath about me.
Don't think that's how that works, but I don't know in your case. I've never even heard of that. I like killing things that actually died, that don't come back in a week.
Weak.
Gwydion,
Yes.
it seems that you were right. I was too early to call it.
It's fine. You know, well, hopefully this has replenished some of your optimism.
Indeed.
Well,
Well-
I'm beat, quite literally.
Lucian, would you care to join us for a drink as we commiserate in your loss?
And
Poor
apparently-
Lucian.
Return?
May he
We're just
rest-
drinking. We're just drinking for the lost part.
Here, I'll
for
have
the
a
rich
drink to my death.
We'll drink to the return part later.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Screw it. So this awkward drinking aside, I don't know about you, but after this, I plan on going to bed. Anyone else?
Yes.
I would like to not feel like I've lost, I don't know,
bloody wounds.
about 2/3 of my blood.
Oh yes, I suppose you had a lot more taken out than me, which, well, I didn't really get hit, but I appreciate your service. I will also be going to sleep.
I only lost about 1/3 of my blood.
Well, aren't you lucky?
Yeah.
I was almost used as a mallet. By something twice my size. It's not a fun thing. Oh god, that's happened to me twice now. Fuck.
You can make better choices, you know, wear heavier armor. The Forge does provide protection to those who believe.
I am weirdly under the idea that heavier armor is not going to solve my problems. In fact, I'd rather prefer being able to move effectively in something lighter, like the half-plate you made me. Also, I can be really quiet when I have to be. Fun fact.
I prefer it when my enemies can't move.
It's just something I noticed. I feel fine after this fight. Like, I wasn't even scratched.
Boy must be nice.
Well, if you prefer moving around, I've got the spell for you, maybe one day, if you like using the game. That's a discussion for another time. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, sleep is good.
Yeah. Sleep sounds good.
All right. You all get a night's sleep. Congrats.
Yay! The thing we wanted, so we could not be
One long
dead.
rest. Yeah, your max HP goes back up. That's pretty sick. I like that.
Boy, do I.
And you all wake up feeling better. Like, surprised, like, it could have been the Elrin fight, is basically where you're at, I would imagine. You've been through worse this week. All things
Do we
considered.
feel stronger than we did before?
No.
This week,
I
it
would
was
say
2 days ago.
decidedly no. You feel no stronger than you did the day prior. You wake up on the 27th of Snow's Fall, I think. It's a Wednesday.
Always a
That's pretty nice.
It's always Wednesday, Michael.
Sometimes it's Wednesday. I would say it is disproportionately focused on Wednesdays, but that's sheer chance.
Only once has we leaked over into Thursday.
That's just not true. You've
It happened once.
You're insane. Oh, I know what you're talking about. And technically not for me. In any case, you wake up the next morning. You go about your breakfast down in the bar down below. Tavern, whatever. At the tail end of breakfast, however, you're wrapping up your meals when you see a finely dressed man enter the guild hall and approach the barkeep. Hello, sir. I am looking for one of your guild members in hopes of giving a message from the Doge.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Of course. You can leave the message with me. I'll make sure it gets where it needs to go. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid it is rather of import. I've been told to give the message only to a half-elven woman by the name of Leora.
Did we overhear this?
Yeah. You're probably at the bar.
Then we'll point at Leora.
Wait, does she actually look like Leora currently? That's the problem I'm wondering.
I'm not gonna
She didn't say
change
otherwise.
in the middle of. I'm not gonna change in the middle of a room. That's just unbecoming of a lady.
Sometimes it's becoming of a lady.
Damn it, Michael.
I'm Leora. What can I do for you?
Oh, fantastic. Here, from the Doge himself. The man hands you a letter marked with the Doge's wax seal, with the letter hand delivered. Okay, I read that completely wrong. With the letter hand delivered, the man leaves the guild hall quickly.
Before I can interrogate him.
That's
He's got a
ominous.
job to do.
I don't trust this man.
Yes.
I mean, what's the worst that can
Don't
happen?
shoot the messenger.
I break the seal and I read the letter.
You explode! No, you don't explode.
That's what I was expecting.
You pop open the letter, remembering vividly the last time you all had done so. But this one is a little more formal than the last. You have been summoned by the Doge of Kara and High Prince of Tortana, Mateo Rivera, for a meeting this afternoon at 2 o'clock. You are requested to bring your party for this meeting, as it concerns the fulfillment of a debt owed.
Oh, what a bitch.
I am not taking off my armor this time.
Well, good news, everybody. We have a meeting.
With?
The Doge.
When?
About?
I do not know, but we all need to be present. Let's get some sleeves for Lucian.
Why do I need sleeves?
Isn't his arm all black?
No,
No.
I mean, it's fine.
Well, it's terribly cold in the Doge's palace.
I'm not taking off my armor.
I get it.
The last time we went to go meet someone, I took off my armor. They tried to eat me. I'm not doing that again.
That is true.
Which
What are
time?
the chances I put 2 cannibals and vampires in the same city?
It's a negative
Genuinely
rule.
not
With
possible.
werewolves!
It is possible.
It's not unfeasible either, I suppose.
4
But,
different cannibals.
Michael watched Van Helsing when designing this island.
I did not. I listened to a lot of other. I listened to a lot of stuff though. Here,
Great. Or is just the cannibal island.
Cannibal Island. Yeah.
Welcome
it.
to Cannibal Island! Ah, ah, ah.
The sequel to Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, there's only one guy this time.
It's an episode of Gilligan's Island. Let's be real. The final episode, to be exact.
So Matthew the Doge has invited us to dinner, and the High Prince Mateo
Not
Rivera.
dinner, a meeting.
Sorry.
Yeah, I heard all of that. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have Wi-Fi
His headphones are
on
on.
my headphones.
I have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm Matthew.
I
can
have
afford
Wi-Fi.
nice
I
things.
heard. I have Bluetooth headphones, like
Yeah,
wireless.
Bluetooth
I can do.
I've got
I can do
cords.
whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, but do you
I
have Wi-Fi?
cords.
Yeah, we can all walk around the room. The 2 of us, we're out there doing
I
shit.
can walk for 3 feet.
I can walk like literally anywhere in my house, and it's fantastic.
want that.
You wouldn't be able to hear me though. So,
I can go like 9
Um,
feet.
so are we just going
We
to
are.
go to the meeting? All right.
No, hold on.
the
I
captain
haven't
said
secret
so.
hold on. Wait.
No, the captain said so.
I thought we
Oh,
were the captain.
that he's not the captain anymore.
Ah, fuck! You're right.
I'm the captain. I already said we're going to the meeting.
Ah,
All
fuck.
right, the captain has spoken. You all head your way to the Ebony Palace.
Make sure
anxious
to wear
about-
long sleeves, everybody. It's cold
No,
there.
There's
no
one
one
else
wears
for the
long
day.
sleeves. You all head your way to the Ebony Palace, anxious about what this summons is about. You eventually reach the outer gates, ornate black iron bars that mirror your feelings of what lies inside. One of the guards approaches. Excuse me, miss, do you have business for the Doge?
Yes, I have a meeting, and I show the letter to the man.
He takes a look at it. You can like see his eyes darting around as he reads it. Very well, I'll send word of your arrival. The guard turns back toward the gate and touches a sigil on his bracer. And although you can see his mouth moving as normal, all that comes out is in inaudible whisper. A moment or so passes before he turns back toward you. Very well, I'll escort you in. You walk across the grounds around the palace, a lush green garden with waterways trenched throughout, fountains feeding them further and causing the waters to ripple. The guard takes you through the large ebony door and through the ballroom into the estate proper. A few walks down corridors and upstairs later, the guard brings you to a waiting room, not too dissimilar to what Cassius has back at the guild hall. The Doge is in a meeting presently. You may wait here in the meantime.
Joy.
So he leaves. After a moment, the door opens and a noble-looking woman walks out of the Doge's office, escorted out by the man himself, who sees that you've arrived. The woman just walks right past the room, doesn't even look at any of you, whereas the Doge gets over to the door frame and looks over at Leora. If I may speak to you alone for a moment.
Absolutely.
You walk through the door, revealing what looks to be an office. The walls are lined with shelves. Many contain books. Others contain decanters of high-end wines and liquors. Others still models of ships and things like that. Above a now lit fireplace is a painting of the Doge, his wife, his son Giovanni, and Amelia. A Baroque-style portrait that is beautiful, yet looking at it is almost has an air of melancholy to it. The Doge walks over behind his desk, neatly organized, but still covered in official-looking papers and books. He sits down, sort of like brushes off his coat. And you can see, just looking at him, you're not sure if it's the sharpness of his brow or his general demeanor, or just the current mood, but his eyes give off some sort of displeasure, which, although unsettling, is not atypical of the times you've seen him prior. If it's quite all right with you, I'd prefer to forego the small talk.
Of course.
Acceptable. Lucian, you're not there.
Yeah, it's just he called in Leora for some alone time beforehand. Now I'm sure. Oh, hold on. I thought that you had the right to know that the Inquisition will be returning to the city fairly soon.
And in what capacity, exactly?
An official capacity, unfortunately.
How were they
I was able
make
to-
something like that happen?
It wasn't so much. They have an overwhelming amount of support from the populace, as well as some of the other high princes of the city, or rather, of the island. Their return was inevitable, but I pushed it as far back as I possibly could have.
Is there anything that you need me to do about this?
Not particularly, but I did feel it was perhaps pertinent for you to learn.
Yes. The guild hall should still be a safe place.
Oh yes, I've already issued the restraining order. They aren't to get within 300 feet of the place. Additionally, I've limited their capacity to staying within this city's proper. Which means they won't be able to go outside into the wilderness either. should keep them contained, I suppose.
Well, thank you for this information.
He sort of just like nods his head. With that, he kind of like stands, like just kind of scoots his chair back a little bit, and just with a flick of his wrist, the door to the waiting room opens. Please come in. We have business to discuss.
Woo.
You all find seating within the office, and he sort of like inches himself closer, like gets into a more regal-looking position. Now, I'm sure you're all anxious about the reason I brought you all here. I'm sure it doesn't surprise you that I need you to do something for me. He takes a sip of wine. He puts down the cup and just sort of takes in a little breath. But first, some history. Shortly after the dragons returned, there was a cult that followed a god they called the Hungerer. That was rather rampant on this island. In fact, they constructed a temple a couple days west of this very city. Fortunately, this particular temple was seemingly abandoned not long after for inexplicable reasons. The reason I bring up this temple is because when the Inquisition first came to Tortana, they expressed particular interest in acquiring ownership of the temple for themselves to use. They went about it all legally, but it piqued my interest enough to look into it, which is how I uncovered the history of the place. With the Inquisition gone, however, I'm sure you understand my curiosity over their interest there.
So
Yeah.
you want us to go check it out?
Exactly. I want you to go into that temple and find what they were using it for. I have it under good authority they left the temple rather hastily, leading me to believe that there might be a relative trove of information as to what they were doing there. Perhaps even some sort of treasure that you adventuring types are so fond of.
Well,
I feel
when it comes to
profiled.
exploring dangerous ruins, you've not found a better team.
I should hope not. You are cartographers, after all. The pay for the job is paying off your debt to me. I waive the charges of breaking and entering, vandalism. One of you even resisted arrest, although he's not here presently.
He's wandered off.
Oh, I'm sure he'll find his way back at some point.
And
Ominous.
we'll tell him that his debt is repaid when we find him.
I suppose. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I figure a few years' sentence I saved you from beats a handful of days' work. Wouldn't you say?
I'm
Possibility
excited by
of
the prospect.
perhaps.
Of course, you are also entitled to whatever you find inside the place. I have no interest in the old temple, but simply the information of what the Inquisition was doing there. It seems that you all agree to the terms. He pulls out a piece of paper. Well, if we have an agreement, I would make you sign these, but this particular thing needs to be off the books, rather hushed. I'm sure you understand the necessity of this. I'd rather not have anyone know that the Doge of the city is looking into what the Inquisition is doing.
Oh, I do love plausible deniability.
My kind of men.
As far as it's concerned, we were never here.
Fantastic. Then, this is a map to the temple. I wish you safe travel and quick journey. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I do have a great deal of work to do. My servants can show you out.
Of course.
Right. You're all escorted out of the Ebony Palace. It's up into Hightown again.
Shen,
Not so bad.
Yes.
seems that the Doge has taken quite a liking to you.
Oh my god.
So, we thought it pertinent to ask, does your other friend know?
Wait, what are you talking about?
You know, your furry friend. Like, does...
No, I didn't mean like that. It
I did.
seems like in a professional stance, it seems that you and the Doge have a good relationship going.
If I'm being honest, I'm not exactly sure why he only wanted to speak to me.
Uh-huh. This is usually where you say it's getting late and you try wandering off.
But it is getting late, and
There we go.
he said
We
that,
all do need to trot on.
he said that the Inquisition is coming back.
Oh,
Oh
good.
shit.
They'll love to see us again, I'm sure.
Maybe they'll take care of those vampires for us.
No, they need to be
Yeah.
competent for that.
I doubt that's
we can
why
take
we're
another
here.
vacation off the island when they come back, maybe.
Well, either way, first
they-
off...
Are they going to be a temporary fixture, or does it seem more permanent?
They'll be coming back permanently.
Well, fuck.
The good news is, the Doge was able to negotiate them not being able to be outside of the city proper or come within 300 feet of Guild Hall.
Oh, that's good.
Which also means that the dock that you keep your ship in is safe from them.
I'd also like to
It's
specify
exactly-
it's about 100 meters for you.
It's 299 feet away from the Guild Hall. Luckily, so-
Right, so... Scary temple that was abandoned by the Inquisition in a hurry that may or may not contain evidence of the possible wrongdoings, right? That's...
Ooh, scary temple!
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hasn't been a month yet, right? What's another scary temple on our belt?
A
Look,
temple.
scary temples are what you do.
Oh no, Lambert's actually
The
authentically
temple?
excited. He's just so used to being sarcastic, he doesn't know how to speak in any other tone.
It's perfect.
Not
Yeah,
here to
perfect
form
fit.
conspiracy theories or anything, but it's a temple to a being called the Hungerer, and we have seen the Inquisition using blood sacrifice before. So I'm not saying there's a relation, but
And vampires and cannibals and werewolves.
No, it's oddly
Now
fitting for this
Hungary is
island.
5! It's 5!
a lot of blood.
So,
A lot of blood
are we headed there
things
now?
happening.
It was the
swear it wasn't
strangest thing this
intentionally.
morning. When I woke up, I was hungry.
You're not normally hungry?
No, I'm always hungry in the mornings. This seems concerning.
So, I see no reason why we shouldn't go now. We're rested up. Nothing else to do, as far as I know.
It will
Very
get the
good.
Doge's favor off our back, which I would like to have off our back immediately.
we should find some pretty good loot too, which will be nice.
This favor feels forced on us.
Well,
It
That's how
is.
favors work.
Yes.
Yeah.
It literally
Yeah.
is.
It wasn't not forced on you. He did ask.
But what we're
Kind
gonna
of.
do? Say no, and then God only knows what the hell the repercussions of that were gonna be? Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Better
a
than-
working relationship with the Doge can be very profitable.
Better
Yes.
than rotting away in jail.
Can you all excuse me for a second? I need to make a house call. I'm going to cast Sending to Avara.
Okay.
That is the headmistress of the brothel.
Oh, I know her.
Lizard sleeve.
So I just... yeah, Lambert's very familiar.
Oh yeah.
No, she catered the ball that you guys went to.
I
bet
have
she
learned
did.
that the
She
Inquisition is coming back in an official capacity. What will we do about this?
The organization has been made well aware of the situation. We had preparations.
I was looking for a quest. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to go.
They
Alright.
made preparations while they were gone, dude.
Yeah,
Sewers and all that.
Is there anything that we think we'll need as we go into a ruin of hunger?
human
Perhaps
blood. No, that's a joke.
Rations?
Let's see,
Potions.
I've got. I mean, I've got potions.
Do we even have any real humans with us?
What?
I beg your goddamn
Guess I'm
pardon. What does
Goliath,
that mean?
so-
Well, I mean,
You're special, Lambert. You've had things done to you, so...
I mean, I'm human. I mean, it's kind of.
oh right,
Well,
Heinrich.
Heinrich,
Ew.
you're, you know... And I
What
just
does
look at
that mean?
Hans.
I don't know.
You know.
No.
So,
Heinrich is a perfectly upstanding man.
so, new topic. Did you have Hans scout around the Doge's mansion at all?
Did I or should I?
I'm just curious if you thought of it.
I
No one asked you to, it's fine.
No, I was a little preoccupied in my head, whispers and shit. But no, I did not do that.
Oh
When
good
he
God,
says-
you
when he
didn't
says
do that.
whispers and shit, I give an office look to everyone else.
Did you? You didn't do the thing, did you? The creepy thing where you talk in people's heads?
No, it's funny you mentioned I haven't done that in a while. I've actually enjoyed talking with my lips.
I don't know how to take
Good
that
Heinrich.
phrase. I love Heinrich.
I'm a fan.
Right, so
Jesus Christ.
spooky, scary temple that may or may not be from a time where a cult that worships hunger that was briefly taken over by the Inquisition.
Actually, one of you guys can make a religion check if you want.
Which of us?
I got 7.
I know that-
Come on!
You know, that's your entire character,
My
Tyler.
bonuses are so high to these checks. I just keep rolling
Well,
bad.
it seemed to me like Lambert was trying to help you.
Yeah.
At least.
You know, I know a thing
We're
or
the
two about
nerds.
religion.
I'll take help.
I'll give it to you. Hey, he's also
I'll
proficient.
take advantage on every single
Okay.
check.
I mean, not every skill check, but like on,
I'm proficient coincided
maybe
once.
don't roll. A little bit of talking beforehand could get advantage more often. I'll give it to you
Yeah.
though. With your 21 that you rolled, you did.
Of course, obviously.
Why would you roll anything less? You have it's like proficiency in religion. You've heard of the Hunger before. He isn't like traditionally worshipped as one of the like the pantheon sort of situations, but he's not. He's one of those that are referred to as the shaded ones. These are gods like the Conqueror, the Nightblade, the Puppeteer, gods that are more traditionally malicious in nature. Forming more of a group of like more or less evil deities. The Frost Maiden aside. The Hunger himself is the god of famine, the hunt, and cannibalism.
Oh god damn it! Of course it is!
Stop with the can. You fucking binge Hannibal. You fucking write all these questions.
I didn't do this on purpose.
You did. You have exclusively talked about how much you watched Hannibal.
Wait, what was the last thing? Can of what?
Cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Can of worms?
Okay.
Cannibals.
What if-
Cannibalism.
Maybe
the
I just
act
want to
of
eat
eating
people. Maybe that's
people.
what we're learning. Maybe I just want to eat people.
What if
I'm beginning to
cannibalism
wonder.
is the
Maybe you
only
do.
cure to a Tearoa? It's like tumors.
Oops. But that's what you know about the Hunger.
Fuck.
Probably unrelated.
No, that's the other god. Well, this is gonna be fun. Lizard folk are amazing. So, fuck, how long is it gonna take us to get there from Hightown?
Oh, my friend! This is where it is on the map.
Hello?
Hello.
6 miles, yeah.
It's not too far away if you're going on a straight shot. However, these islands, not a straight shot. A lot of it is mountainous, and it does take a lot longer to traverse the insides of Kara as opposed to the going by sea. It's why a lot of these cities themselves are on the coastline, and they have more of a naval sort of trade presence, despite being a relatively small island. So it will take you about like a little over a day to weave yourself around those 6 miles, assuming you can't just fly there somehow.
I can cast levitate on one.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I
Last time-
think that is slower.
I heard we potentially get an extra day, which means I get another chance to roll for sword charges, which I need because I rolled a 1.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
what
I
all those
roll
were,
for-
huh?
Yeah.
Staff
I get to
charges,
do it
except-
too.
Yeah, except I was only missing 1 charge of my staff, so I just get it back.
That's nice.
I
Aren't you
just
lucky?
thought I rolled a
Eh.
d4 and everyone started rolling
Oh,
d4s.
thank God.
Now,
I can unprepare sending.
you guys set foot outside the walls of Tortana, which I believe is actually the first time that you've literally done that. So actually to talk about what Kara looks like, which is neat. So the island itself is made up of a lot of rocky hills, like I said before. But it's also topped equally largely with forests and foliage, somewhere in between that of a rainforest and a more temperate one. Areas of the island have thick canopies, and it's rife with rivers and streams of varying sizes, waterfalls, all about the place. Unfortunately, travel through the wilderness often takes longer. I already said all of this, so I don't know why I even bother writing notes. I just get too excited sometimes. Luckily, however, your destination actually isn't that far away, so yeah, you guys only take a little bit over a day to get to your destination. I need someone. Hey, you know what, Matthew? Roll me 2d6.
Random encounters able?
When was the last time we had one of those?
Uh-oh.
No, we can't attack.
Jeez. Okay.
I don't like the phrasing.
It could have been
Alright,
worse.
By 1?
I cast mage armor at the beginning of each day, obviously, just to have it.
Fucking what?
Yeah, I'll assume that you have mage armor. I mean, you're a mage.
That doesn't wear armor. Ergo, mage armor.
How did I fuck
Yeah.
this up?
What's your problem, basically? So you guys are walking
Oh, it works,
across a bridge over a large cat, like like a ravine beneath you. You can see there's like a few different roaded kind of areas with bridges spanning over this crack in the mountain over to the other side. And you guys begin hearing this song coming from all around you. Can I have all of you make wisdom saving throws for me?
Fuck.
Yes, my.
We're next to Q, right?
Who wants a shanty?
You are all next to Q.
Okay.
Wisdom,
you said?
I did say that.
23.
Mind control me. Do it.
Again
I asked
with
who
this-
wants to save.
Do it.
Oh, jeez.
God damn it, don't make me go up against Q again!
So everyone passes except for Q.
Great.
What?
No
Wait.
way. A
A
9 pass?
passed?
That's awesome.
A 9 pass?
Wait,
Well,
what?
he didn't add your charisma.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Didn't. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I did add my charisma.
13.
Yeah, you did add your charisma. I know it says +7 there. You're a what, con charisma class
Oh,
or
no.
something?
Wisdom. charisma.
Really? You're just really?
Is that paladins, really?
Oh right, you're just not
Really
not
bad.
wise. That's it. I forgot your shit. I love it.
Yeah,
Move.
wisdom's my dump stat.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's
Imagine
got a
having
negative
dump
1.
stats. Laughs in Leora.
So first things first, you are charmed.
Great.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put
Feck.
you guys over here.
Alright.
As you begin to be
Oh.
swarmed. Oh, these
Wow.
don't.
Hey,
What about
Michael,
this?
what the fuck?
Okay.
You guys didn't see that. You didn't see
Didn't see
that. That
anything.
didn't happen.
Was that gonna
I'm
be the double
perfect.
6s?
Yes.
A rock and a
Guess who I
dragon?
have? Well, maybe not both.
Imagine
They
rolling.
don't even move.
Nathan,
Man, I'm
remember this.
bad.
Imagine rolling a dragon on a random encounter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't.
Fuck, I'm gonna need to beat some ass.
You know, I
What?
think for my next character, I want to do something with actual like dexterity,
It's fun.
so I get to like go.
Oh,
in
like a
combat.
rogue.
Mm,
Oh no!
Next campaign, I'll call Dibs on Road, by the way.
yeah, maybe I'll play like a arcane trickster.
Yeah.
God.
Hmm.
May-
That
may-
sounds like
maybe
it
you
could be
will.
interesting.
It might be a lot of fun. Hey, Lambert. Harpies now.
Yay.
So the whole place is starting to get swarmed by harpies. You can see quite a few of them are already singing, and like you've already brushed off the effect, and it looks like most of your crew has as well. But currently you're kind of getting surrounded. What you doing?
Well,
Are they in the sky?
Mhm. Yes, fly.
Ooh.
As it were.
my primary question is this one close enough to the bridge to be within sword swing range?
I would say so.
Yay, I'm gonna swing my sword at it then. Hello. So I'm gonna swing my sword at it. Swing the sword. Fuck.
That hits. In one, like harpies have arms, legs, and wings. It's just a whole amalgamation of body parts. In that one swing, you do manage to cleave off one of its arms, and it screams in pain, but it is still awake.
Let's crying shame have another attack then. Let's crying shame have another attack then.
These guys aren't extraordinarily powerful, and you do manage to, with that second one, just run the entire creature through, and it stops moving, and you just kind of like use the bridge to shove it off of your sword.
I think I had just enough movement left to get over to this one. I do have just enough movement left to get over towards that one. Hooray! Yeah,
Fantastic.
That'll be my turn. Hot diggity damn.
All right. It's the Harpy's turn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Q.
Yo.
So while you're charmed, I just want to point out, you are incapacitated. And if you are more than 5 feet away from the Harpy, which is like this one,
Which one?
you must. This one right here. I'll put a red on it.
Yeah, can you mark it?
Yeah, she's red now.
It's red.
Yeah, you must move towards the Harpy by the most direct route.
Cool.
You can repeat the saving throw before you step off the cliff, though, which is nice.
Okay. How tall is this cliff?
Oh, it's like... it's pretty high up.
Cool.
Or I'll save you.
It's pretty high up. So first things first, we got harpies.
Hello. I regret nothing.
Can I have Gwydion roll me a wisdom saving throw real quick as this one over here begins to sing?
Do I get Q's bonus from this or no?
He's conscious.
Is he an ally?
It would tell you.
He's an ally. He's just incapacitated, so he should be
27.
Yeah, as long as you're
Yeah.
conscious.
Yeah, I mean, he's conscious. Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter
Stellar.
anyway. You super passed. So that's this one's turn. The rest are gonna try to attack. First things first, we're gonna take Lambert out.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, probably not. They're fucking harpies. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Wow, it's a 22 to hit.
Wow, that, no.
Alright, how about a 16, 19, that's a natural 1, that's a 19, that's a 14. Okay, that was fun. Let's just do Q next, why not? That's a natural 20!
You got hit by Harpy!
What are the odds? Well, the
For a
odds are
total
1.
of
5%. You take 7 points of slashing damage. No, sorry. 11 points of slashing damage.
Oh my
Shit,
god.
he's dead.
I'm dead. Damn.
You're the dead.
Well, we
and
find
then
out now that
19.
Q jumped con.
That's like a whole boots.
Would it matter in reality?
What?
Let's go with Lucian next. It's a 22 to hit. You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Ah!
Yeah, as you get clawed. Does a 21 hit you?
Does hit.
Alright, you now take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you with its club.
No!
And does an 8 hit you?
No.
Does an 8 hit you, perhaps?
No, I'm sorry.
Alright. Leora.
Yes. So
How's this? No, you calm down. 17
Oh.
to hit.
It hits.
Really? Okay.
I have
5
low
points of
AC.
slashing. 5 points of slashing damage. You know what would help that? Perhaps magical armor. But
You know, magical
Uh,
armor would be cool.
does a 21 hit you?
Yep.
Alright, 3 points of bludgeoning.
You have
Heinrich.
magical armor
Yeah.
that you could use.
Does a 7 hit you?
What are you talking about?
No, no.
Zap.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, yes.
All right, so she tags you with her club that you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Michael.
Yes.
The first one who hit me, take 2d6 lightning damage.
Forget about that.
Nice. So this one over here gets zapped a bit. She's the
that just
toughest
procs
one of the bunch.
automatically.
Yeah, I think it's like once every short rest or something. Shorter or long
Yeah.
rest.
Yep.
Static, man. I believe it's technically not magical yet.
No. I would love if it was magical.
My fucking god, get out of here.
We
It's your
can
turn.
make it magical.
I made you a magical item.
Yeah, I have the magical item. I literally don't know what magical armor you guys are talking about, though.
Don't worry about it. It's your turn.
Okay. You keep... Okay. I'm gonna try to end this combat quickly, and I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern. And it's going to come from this little green dot I drew, which gets 5 of these guys. It gets all 5 of these guys in its radius.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. What's the DC? 17 or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fail. 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 But I had to look. Fail. Fail. Yeah, they all fail.
So, any of them that are just in the air, because they're all charmed and incapacitated, so you can't fly if you're incapacitated, so if they're in the air,
Well,
they're
you
gonna
can technically fly if you're incapacitated, but
What?
what happens is their
Damn it.
speed is 0.
fall. How does
if you're-
that make sense?
Because incapacitation still lets you move, you just can't take actions. I think you have like half speed. But your spell specifically drops their
Incapacitation is you
speed
can't
to
take
0.
actions or act.
So since
Incapacitation is
zero,
no
then
actions
you
or
fall.
reactions.
However,
have it
you
coming
do
from
manage to... I would say... Well, no, they would automatically... Oh, that's funny. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me 15d6.
Holy shit. Those are
Not
D8s.
helpful.
Damn it, D8! I clicked the wrong
just-
one.
Just
Not
type,
helpful at all.
type in rolling 15d, like roll 15d6. I don't want to do math. I want to look at the big number and go, yeah, they're dead. That's what I want.
D&D is just math, Michael.
Big
Oh
number!
yeah, that's dead, dead, dead. These other two, I'm gonna mark them in blue, are incapacitated, but they are on the bridge. I would say they're probably prone.
Okay.
Didn't take any damage from the fall or anything, so they're
Cool.
still up.
I'm going to inspire Lambert.
Do I need it? I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but I'll take the 10
You're the one
HP.
who's... You're the most alone right now.
That's
I mean-
fair, and you'll probably get a short rest before it matters anyway, so
This is true.
precautionary. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I'm going to tell the rest of the party, don't advance further on the bridge and go into my zone.
Alright.
Hypnotic Pattern is just a one and done thing. It's like it doesn't
Yeah,
remain there.
it's a one and done.
Speaking of
Um,
one and done, Gordian's gonna fling a fireball over here,
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'll fucking do that, huh?
hitting these two.
Okay, so I need 2 dex
That's
saves.
I rolled 68, not 86. Oh come on!
You actually somehow rolled
How
worse.
did you
That's
roll
impressive.
less?
I don't even know how that's possible.
Ah, fuck.
All right, so the one standing right next to you actually passed.
So half of 7 plus 18, I think.
Yeah,
13.
Oh, wait, no, not
Yeah,
even close
yeah.
to 18. What?
yeah,
So-
not even like remotely. The other one does take
14.
27 points. I will say she has to roll for concentration, even though technically I don't think that's a thing. Oh fuck, she passes. Holy shit, what?
20.
Alright, so she's on her last legs, but she's still alive. The one right next to you is the one that passed, and she looks injured.
Cool. That's my.
These guys don't have a lot of HP. Heinrich,
Yeah,
birds that are people.
birds of a feather flock together, and I shoot Eldritch Blast. I'll shoot the first one at the one that did the charm.
You will have disadvantage because you are in melee with.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. It's these guys are easy to hit. Q, you are no longer charmed.
Hooray.
And
We saved
my
them.
second one. Again, I forget about the fucking hacks. I'll just do Eldritch Blast on the one. Actually, I'll do it on the. Yeah, I'll do it on the one next to me.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
It just hits.
Oh,
Pop.
cool.
Gets her in the wing. Takes off a few feathers.
Take that, bird. Yeah. And my turn.
Lucian. There's a prone ass harpy right at your feet.
Are you sure? Because I don't think that there is, Michael. I'm gonna punch.
Also
the shit
incapacitated.
out of her. I don't have bless. I do not have bless.
Well, it doesn't matter. You hit.
I
You-
hit.
These guys are hard to miss.
10 damage. 10.
All right. It is no longer incapacitated, but it is still. Wait, incapacitated? Do you get? No, it's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That one's still a crit.
That one's a crit. So
Damn.
Ow.
it's like a bunch of damage. 15,
It's
19
like-
damage.
Yeah.
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 She
19.
Yep.
Just barely. Kinda.
I'm gonna use my bonus action. To
I
spend
feel like
the
you'll
monkey
probably
point.
kill her. That hits.
Yeah, I feel like I'll probably kill her.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that one will do it.
See this other one right next to me, Michael?
I do.
What if she died?
Oh.
That's only an
It
11.
hits. It hits.
Hits! It hits!
For harpies,
11
bro.
just hits.
For 14 damage.
Yeah.
Now,
14.
I would like to spend an additional moxie point to make one more. Because
Yes.
I hit with both of those attacks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know, so she takes another 10 damage, and she falls prone. And because she
can
falls
you-
prone,
Yeah, 15d6 for me, friend.
50. Wait. Oh, it's 150 feet.
Yep.
Like, you knock her unconscious with a single punch to the jaw, that last one, and she just twirls all the way down, just splats down on the ground.
ground,
Below you.
rocks,
The down ground.
down. That's the end
Yeah.
of my turn.
Okay, Q, you're not charmed. Just for my curiosity, though, could you roll me a wisdom saving throw to see how fucked you were?
And can you also roll me 15d6?
Ah, damn.
You would have been fine. You would have been fine. You would have been fine.
That would have been fine.
Everyone
Fine.
panicking. You would have been fine. It's your turn. You get a turn now.
Is there enough room for me to take a step down?
Yes. I mean, you're like up to the edge. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but yeah, I mean, it's absolutely
Okay.
fine.
And is that
Watch
within
your feet, old
range
man.
of the
Yeah.
harpy?
Yeah, she just flew there to hit Heinrich, so she is melee range.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna hit her with a hammer.
I figured you might. That hits. Yeah, she is still alive.
Cool. Gonna hit her with a hammer again.
Yes, that hits twice even. Oh yeah, she's dead. She
And for flair, I'm
You're down.
gonna knock her prone with the shield.
like you get her with that last one, and like she is falling towards the bridge, like I guess she was like mid swing on Heinrich, and like you get her with that last hammer. She like goes, and you like take your shield and you throw her off the edge, and her body just tumbles down into the precipice below. Fantastic job so far. Lambert.
Yes, I am Lambert, and I have all sorts of fun next to me. So, first off, we'll swing to the one. We'll swing at that one. We're gonna kill that one first. That sounds like fun.
All right. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother telling you guys when you hit now. Yeah.
Is it still alive? Is the important question.
It is still alive, but very in a much similar fashion. You managed to, yeah. I mean, 2 hits with a sword apparently is all that these guys take.
And then
1 harpy's worth.
And then I'm gonna action surge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How far down is the ground from here?
Probably about 100 feet.
That's the answer I wanted. I'm gonna shove this one over.
I don't actually believe that she can stop you.
I know.
He's incapacitated, so.
I know.
So just.
But just for fun.
So roll me 10d6 if you would.
Will do. 10d6 coming right up.
Big number?
I don't know.
This could even deal as little as 10 damage, huh?
Yeah,
But it's
that's
up
literally the lowest
as
I
much
can
as
roll.
50. 60 even. That's
Oh,
really high.
fucking
Big number!
dead. Just absolutely.
Splat.
Just again, a lot of these harpies are dropping like flies. I believe it's this one's turn. You guys, she's just kind of flying there, and you hear come out of her mouth. Fuck! It just flies off. It just
I wave.
flies the fuck off.
Wasn't even close. Like,
Holy
damn.
shit! Michael's combats are hard, guys!
God
But boy,
damn, we
when they're
almost
not,
died.
they're fun as hell.
CR doesn't exist.
Let's just bully some harpies today, guys.
Now,
Those are cave
eventually,
of goblins.
along the mountain crags, at the end of your journey, you do begin to hear the sound of running water. I would also say that you would probably get a long rest right now, actually. You made camp after that, and then you continue on the thing. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to speed up the process to go on break. In any case, you begin to hear the sound of... over top the ravine down to the precipice below. Well, there we go. I'm good at talking. From this side angle, however, you guys can see your destination. Just as the Doge had directed, beneath the waterfall lies a gaping maw of stone, teeth sharp and ready to consume all who enter.
Kinky.
And that is
Yeah.
where we're going to take our break. Remember, you got a long rest in. After that, you guys made camp. And we have a dungeon to explore. Ooh,
Yay!
cake. Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, good God, I do miss the random combat encounters with a bunch of low-level enemies that you just kind of bully to death, rather than just kill. It's fun to break that up once in a while. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go on break, which means I'm gonna cut this video here, so this will be the end of part 1. That said, if this caught your interest and you want to see what happens next, just tune right back in for part 2. It should literally be up, baby, the moment you finish this. It's probably up already, it's just there. Anyway, so, we'll be right back, and we'll catch you in that video.